कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोधनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोधनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम जय राधा माधव राधे जय गौरांगी बेंगलुरीश्वर गौरांगी जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा सुभद्रा माई जय सुदर्शन जय निताय चैतन्य जय निताय चैतन्य जय निताय चैतन्य जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद हरिनाम नाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. Okay. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. And Hemang Prabhu, correction, I'm not the vice president, I'm the assistant vice president, so I don't want my manager to hear me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Can do together. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Mukam Karoti Vanchalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkrpatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramanandamaram Shri Chaitanya. Okay, Hare Krishna. We are going to read from Canto 2, The Cosmic Manifestation, Chapter 3, Pure Devotional Service, The Change in Heart. I've been suggested to cover shlokas 2 to 9. So we'll focus on shloka number 9 to a large extent, but we'll read the shlokas, translations and purpose for the others. This is Sukadeva Goswami speaking. So don't have the screen to share, but you can open your screens. 2.3, 2 to 7. Or 2.3. Shlokas 2 to 9 is what we'll cover today. ब्रह्मवार्च सकामस्तु यजेत ब्रह्मणपतिं इन्द्रामिन्द्रियस्कामस्तु प्रजाकाम प्रजापतिं देवीं मान्यं तु श्रीकृमस्तायजस्कामो विभावसं वसुकाम स्वसून् रुद्रान् वीर्यकाम तवीर्यवान् अनाद्यकामस्तु आदित्यं स्वर्गकामोदिते सुदान् विश्वान् देवान् राज्यकामः साध्यान् संसदको विशान् आयुष्कामो विश्वनिर्देवो पश्यतिकामो इलाम्बयते प्रतिष्ठाकामस्तपुषो रोदसी लोकमातुरौ रूपादिकामो गन्धर्वान् श्रीकामो अप्सरा आदित्यकामो सर्वेषां यजेत परमेष्टिनां यज्ञां यजेत यस्य कामः कोशकामः पज्येत सा विद्याकामस्तु गिरीशां दाम्पत्यर्थ उमासत्यम्. Okay, translation and purport by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: one who desires to be absorbed in the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence should worship the master of the Vedas, Lord Brahma or Brihaspati, the learned priest. Okay, people want to take notes, take this. One who desires powerful sex should worship the heavenly king Indra. One who desires good progeny should worship the great progenitors called the Prajapatis. One who desires good fortune should worship Durga Devi, the superintendent of material world. One desiring to be very powerful should worship fire. One who aspires only after money should worship the Vasus. One should worship the Rudra incarnation of Lord Shiva if he wants to be a great hero. One who wants a large stock of grains should worship Aditi. One who desires to attain the heavenly planets should worship the sons of Aditi. One who desires a worldly kingdom should worship Vishwadeva. One who wants to be popular with the general mass of population should worship the Sadhya demigod. One who desires a long span of life should worship the demigods known as Ashwini Kumaras, and a person desiring a strongly built body should worship the earth. One who desires stability in his post should worship the horizon and earth combined. One who desires to be beautiful should worship the beautiful residents of the Gandharva planets. And one who desires a good wife should worship the Apsaras and Urvashi society girls of the heavenly planets. One who desires domination over others should worship Lord Brahma, the head of the universe. One who desires tangible fame should worship the personality of Godhead. And one who desires a good bank balance should worship the demigod Varuna. If one desires to be a greatly learned man, he should worship Lord Shiva. And if one desires a good marital relation, he should worship the chaste goddesses Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva. We'll skip this purport. We can come back time permitting, we'll do shloka 8 and 9, we can do together. Dharmartha uttama shlokam tantuhu tanvan pritanyajet rakshasa kama punya janan ojas kamo marudganan. One should worship Lord Vishnu or his devotees for spiritual advancement in knowledge, and for protection of heredity and advancement of a dynasty, one should worship the various demigods. Rajya kamo manundevan nirityam tva abhicharan yaje kama kamo yajet somam akama purusham shamparam. One who desires domination over a kingdom or an empire should worship the Manus. One who desires a victory over an enemy should worship the demigods, and one who desires sense gratification should worship the moon. But one who desires nothing of material enjoyment should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, we'll do this purport. The others request you to read it yourself. It's just a continuation. For a liberated person, all the enjoyments listed above are considered to be absolutely useless. Any notes you have taken, scratch it off. Only those who are conditioned by the material modes of external energy are captivated by the different types of material enjoyment. In other words, the transcendentalist has no material desires to be fulfilled, whereas the materialists have all types of desires to be fulfilled. The Lord has proclaimed that the materialists who desire material enjoyment and to seek the favor of the different demigods, as mentioned above, are not in control of their senses and so give themselves to nonsense. One should therefore not desire any sort of material enjoyment. Being sensible enough to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the leaders of nonsensical persons are still more nonsensical because they preach openly and foolishly that one can worship any form of demigod and get the same result. This sort of preaching is not only against the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita or those of the Srimad Bhagavatam, but is also foolish, just as it is foolish to claim that with the purchase of any travel ticket, one may reach the same destination. No one can reach Bombay from Delhi by purchasing a ticket for Baroda. It is clearly defined herein that persons impregnated with different desires have different modes of worship, but one who has no desire for material enjoyment should worship the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, the Personality of Godhead. And this worshipping process is called devotional service. Sorry. Pure devotional service means service to the Lord without any tinge of material desires, including desire for fruitive activity and empiric speculation. For fulfillment of material desires, one may worship the Supreme Lord, but the result of such worship is different, as will be explained in the next verse. Generally, the Lord does not fulfill anyone's material desires for sense enjoyment, but he awards such benedictions to worshippers of the Lord. For they ultimately come to the point of not desiring material enjoyment. The conclusion is that one must minimize the desires of material enjoyment, and for this one should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is described here as Param, or beyond anything material. Sripad Shankaracharya has also stated, Narayana Paro Vyaktat, the Supreme Lord is beyond the material encirclement. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. So, when I was given these set of shlokas, I knew I have the easiest job to do. Because in the end of this purpose, Srila Prabhupada is very clear. The conclusion is that you don't need to worship any demigods, you just come to Krishna, you're all done. Anyone has a doubt in this? We're all clear. That's the sum and substance of today's shloka. So for the next 40 odd minutes, what I will try to cover is what is being mentioned, how is the flow, and even if you have any doubts around these topics, let's try to close it out. Because as practicing devotees, as sadhakas, we should not even have a doubt on this topic. Not very complicated topic. Okay, whatever little gaps that we have, we'll try to fill it in today. So I'll not go into the shlokas 2 to 7. In fact, all those things, if anyone has Shubhodhini, you can open it. I don't have the screen to share it. But there are about 26 items that is mentioned here, saying that if you want this, you go to this particular demigod, or this is how you would worship. Right? For example, if you need money, go to Vasus. If you want to be a great hero, go to Rudra. If you need good progeny, go to Daksha. If you want good fortune, go to Durga Devi. If you want a good wife, where do we go? Vijay Prabhu, you're answering or helping? Which demigod they are worshipping, for a good wife or generally? Srimati Radharani, for a good wife? Okay. For the so, yes, so there are a list of 26. Basically what, in simple, whenever we hear about this class, in fact, when we did this in our Bhakti Vaibhav, it was Hari Leela Prabhu actually mentioned that, you know what, the topic itself says it's for less intelligent people. And Sukadeva Goswami here is giving you a shopping list of items that you can go, a long list of items that you can go and buy. Right? If you go here, you can get this. Simple. And if you look at all this, it's very attractive list. That means there are a lot of facilities that are available. You can be healthy, wealthy and wise. Like the typical ad that says, no, you can get all these things if you worship these demigods. This is available for you. The list is available. All these facilities are right in front of us. All this enjoyment is right in front of us. Should we take it? No. All of you are very seriously trained by your IYF group. Right? So we don't want any of these facilities. No one here wants money. No one wants name, fame. No one wants good, powerful job, position, role. Clear, no? Everyone. And then we want, but we don't want to tell. I don't know who will watch me. Right? So these facilities are available. Okay. Why are these facilities available? Right? In the first place, these facilities are available. That means there is a background to this, right? So we do have our innate desires. There are some expectations that all of us have. And again, that's why this shopping list is there, this menu card is there. You pick up what you want and you pay the price based on what you have chosen, right? And worshipping the demigods according to the Karma Kanda process, right? So this is basically your Karma Kanda process, wherein you worship a particular demigod through a particular process. That result for you is more or less given, guaranteed, a lot quicker than going through Krishna. Frankly, yes. Right? So, in the Bhagavad Gita, it says, Kamasthastha hita jnana prapadyante anya devata. Right? So, those whose intelligence is stolen, they desire, their material desires, they go by surrendering to the demigods. They actually surrender. That means they follow the rules and regulations very, very sincerely. Recently, one of our relatives had come to Bangalore. In fact, my native is this place called Chilkur. I don't know how many of you know by the name Chilkur. How many of you know by the name called Visa Balaji in Andhra Pradesh? Right? So, these were very popular. I have gone very few times, right? So, it's there in Andhra Pradesh. We don't often go. But you will see people going there, okay? It's Balaji, still Lord Vishnu's temple. 108 rounds. They have a paper, they tick. Okay, one time done. If I get my US visa, I'll come back and do 4 more times. He's Visa Balaji, right? So that is their agreement with him. And people still do it. There are a lot of such places that people go, right? You might be used to in your families, where they go, they will tie a particular bangle, cradle one coconut in the temple. If my son gets married, my daughter gets a child, or whatever, we will come and remove this and offer so and so. We have seen all this, right? So this process is there. Not that it is not there. What is the problem with this process? Firstly, why is this process there? Because of the gunas that actually affect us, right? So we have an expectation, we have a desire, right? Karanam gunasangasya, right? So we have the lower desires, or we have the modes that affect us. It can be goodness or ignorance, doesn't matter. But we want something, we go here. Is there a problem with this? Well, basically you're going there, you enter a good, nice mall, you want a 10 rupee biscuit packet. You have 500 rupees in your pocket. What will happen when you go? Will you come back buying only the 10 rupee item? Usually you will look around. Arey, dekh lete hai kya? I don't want. Let me also look into what is there in this shop, what is there here. Anyway, to paisa to hai. Right? So that is basically what will happen when you go here, saying that if I go to a demigod, my desire is fulfilled. I will again go because I have more desires that I want to be fulfilled. Right? There is always this process of I want more, I will get more if I do this process. And then you have your parents and others saying that, you know what, come here, there is a buy one get one free. You want to go there also. That is how most of them who are not in Krishna consciousness get attracted to worshipping all these varieties of demigods. What all they can fulfill. Right? So like I said, bigger, stronger, happier, I can get all this. That is my basic need. There is actually a bad news with all this. What is the bad news? My money might get over, I might still buy. But is there a bad news beyond it? Arey bhai, we have gone to the shopping mall lifetime after lifetime. We have done this shopping many, many times. And at no point in time we were fully satisfied. Right? It's not new for us. We keep hearing, we keep going, we keep doing the same thing. We are never fully satisfied. The same circle. Punar charvita charvanana. Chiving the chived. We know it is done. We know this is not enough. But just one step. But Mayadevi's biggest, this one, right? Like the typical example of golf. You just finish this hole. Start going for the next hole. Right? So Mayadevi typical says, this one day you tolerate. From tomorrow, you get this one promotion. He was just introducing me as VP, right? So just get your VP promotion, you're done. Then I realized my VP is working for 16 hours. I just work for 12 hours. Okay, this my analyst is more happy working for 8 hours a day. Right? So you want something, you pay a price for it. And what is our biggest challenge that we have? Our time and our energy is extremely limited. All of us have the same time, same energy. Not same energy, but same time. And the same capacity for energy. And we use it in any other place. You will not be able to use it in Krishna's service. Right? So it's as simple as that. So all these things we have tried lifetimes after lifetimes. Sometimes we were worshippers of demigods. Sometimes we are pure atheists. Sometimes we were rationalists. Many of the youth boys come and say, we are very logical, we are very rationalist. Sometimes we were ourselves demigods. Still, yeah, not satisfied. So everything we have tried, nothing works. So in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the description of how the child in the womb is actually praying is mentioned. Right? So again and again I have entered different varieties of wombs. Again and again I have taken different varieties of bodies. But I have never been able to be fully happy or never been able to be happy. So please, I do not want any more future of this. I don't want this anymore. Okay? And in that conversation, it is also mentioned, how do you get out of this? He says that Tame Bhavishyat, right? So I will never ever again enter into another womb by just taking the shelter of the Lord, right? Upasadita Vishnupadaha, by just holding on to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, right? So just hold on to this. I will not take another birth in another womb. Very nice prayers. Prays for all this. Then finally the child is thrown out of the womb, comes out crying. Everyone is happy that the baby is crying and is born. And suddenly everyone is taking care of you so nicely. You suddenly realize you are the center of attraction. You are the center for everyone. And then all your prayers in the womb are gone. All that knowledge is wiped off. What do you do again? Right from your birth, your shopping list starts. Papa, I need this. Mama, I need this. Give me this, give me this. Then I will buy this, I will buy that, I will buy this. I will buy this for them, I will buy this for them. You know, that's how progressively it happens. What happens beyond, we will figure out. So suddenly, obviously, I become the center. And throughout my life, I live that way, saying that I am the center. Me or mine. That is the center. Sometimes devotees, sometimes when we actually no, I am not the center. I take care of my parents, my children, my spouse. No. It is because you feel that they are yours. Still, you are the center of your universe. Okay. So back to demigod worship, right? So a couple more points, right? So the price is your activity, and the result, what the demigods gives, are temporary in nature. Correct? And what are we? We are eternal in nature. Srila Prabhupada actually mentions that it's typically worshipping a demigod is like catching hold of a dog's tail to cross over an ocean. Dog can swim. Can you hold a dog's tail and cross over? So the demigod in their position are very, very safe to an extent, right, to compare to us. They have their items very clear. Just that we trying to hold on to them and getting delivered is going to be very difficult. It's not going to be easy, right? But does it mean the demigods cannot help at all? They can help, provided you go with the right attitude, right? So when I came into Krishna consciousness, not very interested. This was in 2008, 2009, a little more than 10, 12 years. So Kripamay Gaur and Prabhu was there, and just newly married in 2009, my parents said, you'll have to do this Guru Puja. Not the Guru Puja that we do, that we just did, right? So not the one we do here. So there is this Brahaspati or Guru that is there in Lord Shiva's temple. He said that our family does this Guru Puja after marriage. I was attending Bhagavad Gita classes, so I went and asked Kripamay Prabhu, they are telling me to do this, what should I do? What should be my attitude? He said, very nice opportunity. Go to the Guru Puja, whatever is you do, when specifically there will be one small altar for people who have been there. One small altar for Guru, and Pujari will come and do. Pray to Guru that you want to understand the absolute truth. Don't tell you want to understand Krishna, don't tell you want to understand Lord Shiva, don't tell you want to join ISKCON. Don't worry about all this. Just tell you want to understand the absolute truth. That's all they had told me, that's all I prayed for. Couple of years later, I was coming every day to ISKCON. So it turns, right? So when you have to go to a demigod, go with an attitude. If you have to go, not asking you to go, but if you have to go with an attitude saying that, please give me Krishna. Now that we all know absolute truth is Krishna, please give me Krishna. This story all of us know, right? When this Brahmana goes to Lord Shiva, saying that I want the best, right? I want the best item available. And Lord Shiva, what he does? He immediately sends him to Sanatana Goswami in Govardhan. Right? So we still have Chakleshwar Mahadev. So the demigods are waiting for you to come and ask them anything beyond matter. Because we have the shopping list very clearly defined. We actually go to them for that item. And that time the relationship is very, 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 very business minded, right? So you give, you take. You pay for this, you take it. You pay with your pious credits, you pay with your ritualistic activities, you get it. जय 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 श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महेश सुदर्शन की जय, औरंगी बेंगलोरेश्वरा की जय, निताई चैतन्य की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. Right, so this person goes, Sanatana Goswami gives him the best item. Say, take this, you touch any iron, turns to gold. Then this person comes back, we know the story, just cutting it short. This person comes back and says, if this is the best item, why was it in the kachra? Why was it in the garbage box? So Sanatana Goswami has something better to offer. So he goes back and Sanatana Goswami says, if you want something more than this, throw this in the Yamuna and come back. Even today, if you go to Yamuna, you'll actually find this. I don't know where. You can figure it out. So he comes back and Sanatana Goswami gives him what? Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Correct? And who directed him to Sanatana Goswami for the best knowledge? Lord Shiva did. And all we had to do is, we are so fortunate, we are already here, and all we have to do is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So it's not always wrong to go to a demigod, right? But so first thing as ISKCON devotees, we are very, very careful. When I say ISKCON and any Vaishnavas, we are extremely careful that we never disrespect any living entity. What to speak of demigods? We should never disrespect a demigod, never speak ill about demigods or demigod worship or whatever it is. Because they are in the Shastras, they are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. A position in Srimad Bhagavatam, irrespective if it's a demon or a demigod, their position is extremely glorified. That is why they are there. Right? We do not disrespect. Okay? But we do not surrender to a demigod. We have something, we have their boss to surrender to. Right? So we should know that. So Bhagavad Gita clearly says that worshipping a demigod is avidipurvakam. You are worshipping me only. The benedictions are coming from me only, my dear Arjuna. Just that you are doing it avidipurvakam. You are just feeding it from the wrong side. And what does a demigod give you? They take care of us very nicely. They will give us, what is the relationship? Basically, the relationship of that of an auntie versus a mother, uncle versus a father, whichever example which is closer to you, right? So what does it mean? When you go to a demigod, ask for something from them, they will give it to you, provided you have the capability to pay for it. Your auntie comes home, I want a Cadbury's chocolate, take it. Like, because you have come, they like you have gone very nicely asking them, they will grant it. You go to your mother, I want a Cadbury chocolate, finish your homework, then we will talk about it. Correct? Or they will say, Cadbury is not good for you, I'll make a nice sweet at home. Why? Mother is a little more caring, a lot more caring. Right? So the mother knows what is the best for us, what is the best for you to get. Right? Whenever we go to our mother, it is very simple. Similarly, whenever we need to go to our mother, whom do we go to? Srimati Radharani, okay, or Lord Krishna. When we go there, that is probably the next loka, like Akama Sarvakama Va Moksha Kama Udharadi Tivrena Bhakti Yogana. We will go to the next part, next class, we will cover the Tivrena Bhakti Yogana part. But Akama, Sarvakama, Moksha Kama. Whatever is your need, whatever is your desire, it is no kama, mean no desire, Sarvakama, desiring for anything material or everything, or even desiring for liberation. Who should we go to? Come to Krishna. What will he do? He will give you what is needed for you. Not your wants, but your needs. Simple English. Right? So demigods, do not worry about that part. You want it, you can pay for it, they will give you. Right? The bar shopkeeper, he doesn't bother how much you are going to drink, as long as you are able to pay. Okay, you go to your father, he is going to beat you up. Right? So that's the difference. He says, no, irrespective of how much you can pay, you can't go here. So we are clear, right? So we should go to Krishna, even if you have material desires. Don't go to Krishna with material desires. We'll try to conclude that. So if Krishna can give you everything, material, non-material, then why at all have demigods? Did we need the demigods? Yes, no, don't know. We need the demigods, yes. For the universal functioning. right? But for desires, we can still go to only Krishna, right? Why did they get the power to actually give us the universal desires to us, right? Why are they fulfilling? Why is that role even there? Krishna does not like people who are deceitful, the kapatis, right? So people with ulterior motives who come repeatedly to him with, dishonesty, but acting up saying that I want this. We have so many examples. When they go for demigod worship, they just go because they want. They don't tell why, right? So Bhasmasur story, he went to Lord Shiva asking for that boon and so on. Right? So they go, they have a desire, they try to get it fulfilled. To Krishna, that doesn't happen. He does not like such people coming to him. The simple story that I always remember is when there's a huge queue in a lot of temples, right? So Tirumala, you go, there's a 4-hour, 6-hour queue to have darshan of the Lord for those 30, 40 seconds. Jargandi happens after that. People still stay in that queue for such a long time. One time Narad Muni says, wow, this is wonderful. So he goes to Lord Vishnu and says, Arey Narayan, there are so many people desperately waiting to have your darshan. Looks like, the spiritual world is going to be completely populated with all these people. And he says, really? Sounds so nice. Go bring someone to me. So Narad Muni says, yes, there's so many people. So he sees a young boy, Govinda, he is dancing, he's very enthusiastic, looks very effulgent. He goes to him and says, hey, you look very nice, why don't you come back? We'll go to Vishnu. He says, sure, I will come. When will I come back? To the queue. I'm getting a shortcut to the queue. He says, no, we'll actually go to Vaikuntha. Why darshan here? We'll actually go to Vaikuntha. This boy says, no, but I have come here in the queue so that my 10th exam that is coming up in March, I will be able to get good marks. Right? Even to the Lord, that's how they come. So his 10th exam is over. He gets whatever marks he gets, joins a college. Narad Muni comes back saying, can you come now? He says, no, I've just joined my favorite subject. I become an engineer. I'm going to build the biggest bridge across Pacific Ocean. Right? So that is my desire. He finishes his college, engineer. He understands, he joins a call center. He doesn't get to build a bridge across. So whatever happens to him. Anyways, so he comes back. Narad Muni says, now you have spent another so many more years. Why don't you come back? He says, now I have started earning. When will I enjoy? I've just decided to buy a big car so that it's in my parking lot while my office cab picks me up and drops me every day. So he gets a car, he gets married. Narad Muni comes at every instance of his life asking him to come back. So we should not, so the story goes on, but I think you get the cusp of what I'm trying to say here, that our desires will never end. If we have a desire for the Lord, we have the shortest path. Otherwise, we keep going around, never ending. Okay? And as long as we have this desire, very difficult to actually approach Krishna. That's why he's got all these demigods. The universal functioning is done to cover for our desires. Because we desire only, the rest of it is working. Because by nature, the jiva is Satchit Ananda. Anandamayo Vyasat. Right? So the nature of this jiva is Satchit Ananda. And what is the nature of the material world? Asat, Achit and Nirananda. Two absolutely incompatible things. I'm in this incompatible place and I'm trying to make sure this one works very nicely for me. And for trying to do this, we usually, the Shastras say, we are called madmen, trying to put two incompatible things together. Okay? And we all agree. Everyone is mad, only I am intelligent. That's our attitude, right? That person is mad. No, he wastes so much time doing this. This person is mad. What am I doing? I am also doing the same thing, polished in my excuses, my set of reasons. I am very intelligent because I am trying to do the right thing according to me. Right? So this body by nature is pretty inauspicious right from birth to death. And every samskara makes it auspicious. And every samskara, that is why it is required. And this brings us towards the Lord. Every samskara actually diverts us towards the Lord. And whenever Mayadevi says, just today you manage, tomorrow will be better. Just this one piece, don't worry. Next promotion, you're all fine. Next, you just get married, your life is all successful. Boys are trying to get married. Take saffron, you're very, very successful. Everything has its own set of challenges because the world is designed that way. even within Krishna consciousness, we have our challenges. We have to agree, we have to understand. We are not in this 24 hours Krishna conscious mode. We also have our desires. Okay, we have lots and lots of examples, right? So, just thinking of examples from Bhagavatam itself, right? Dhruv Maharaj. So, why did Dhruv Maharaj go to Narayan? Why was he given the mantra by Narad Muni? He had desires, purely material desires. But that association immediately dejected. He was in high mode of passion. So even in Krishna consciousness, if we look at ourselves, we are also in these different modes. Right? Not only demigod worship, but even in our devotee life, we are either in the mode of passion or ignorance. Rarely, but some of them can be in the mode of goodness. And Srila Prabhupada, what he wanted, we have to be beyond the mode of goodness. At least come to the mode of goodness in your Krishna consciousness. That's our bare minimum. So Dhruv Maharaj example, he was successful because he listened and he got the association. He was very fortunate. Okay. And like I said, this world is temporary world. Whatever benefits that you're getting from the demigods are also temporary. And by nature we are permanent. What does Krishna tell us for the jiva? Yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramamama. From where you will never return, that place is mine, come back. And what is this material world saying? Ah brahma bhuvarna loka punaravartina Arjuna. Understand the incompatibility. Even if you go to the Brahma's planet, even if you go to higher planets, even if you have so much credits, forget getting all the benefits here, even higher planetary systems, still come back here. And you want to go to that place from where you will never come back. Okay? Even Lord Brahma is very nicely praying. He's saying that, oh my Lord, please protect me. Protect me from pride. Protect me from pride, because when you're in that position of authority like Lord Brahma, you have lot of things at your disposal. You can get everything done. Whatever are his desires, everything can get worked up, right? So everything gets sanctioned because he can run anything based on his desires. And he says that this will cause me a lot of problem, my dear Lord. Please protect me. Protect me from the pride that I can get out of this position. Because these desires, everyone is coming and praying to you, saying that get this sanctioned. So that one can kick up a lot of pride. Even the demigods are actually praying like that. Right? At every step here, we have danger. Padam padam yat padami tesham. Right? So in this place, I still remember some of the old zombie movies, right? So everyone is trying to attack you. And you have your 500 rupees, you're in the shopping mall filled with zombies, and you're trying to shop. What are you going to shop? Are you going to be happy shopping? Shopping gives a lot of kick, no? Especially I've seen a lot of friends, one spouse, of course, a lot of other people around saying that shopping gives a lot of kick. Can we go to a shopping mall? My mom does that. I'm very bored. Can you take me somewhere? Where do you want to go? Some shopping mall will do. Hey, just go around. I don't want to buy anything, but 1-2 घंटा चले जाते, we'll see something, what is there, what is the new technology. I have a crazy friend at office. Every latest Apple product he will buy. Yes, the latest product. Because he feels that gives him a lot of kick. And people are like that, right? So this one gives you a kick. The shopping, the material things that you get gives you a certain kick. Because 99% of people that you deal with are like that. Hey, I've got the latest phone. Have you seen? I've got the latest watch. Today everything is there. A lot of gadgets are there on the body. Right? So I've got the latest. Have you seen this? This has this so and so functionality. I show my hand, it will actually take a picture. When that was first introduced, I still remember in I think 2007-8 when the first iPhone came, or in fact it was the iPod that had come in, wherein you can zoom in and zoom out on the touch screen. Many of you would probably not be even surprised by that feature, right? So for people like us who are using Nokia 3310, all the buttons and everything, suddenly there is a phone where you can zoom the photo, go close, go, come back and all that, right? So that was a big thing. And the next feature comes in, People are still having newer versions of mobile phone that people buy every year. And that's how the market is, 99% of the people. Latest of cars, latest of gadgets. And this desire to get the latest never stops. Some of us who are probably working in the industries, we also do the same thing. What is that next new feature that we can introduce in the market that people will buy? That's what we also do. Not saying anything, right? So we are paid for doing that job, right? So, but what shopping are you doing when this entire world is filled by these people? So Maharaj says, what unwanted benediction that I was looking for. So horrible benediction that I was looking for. But my Lord, you are so merciful that please don't give me anything that I wanted. All these glass pieces, I've got the most opulent jewel. Please take me back. What did the Lord give, Dhruv Maharaj? Stay back here. You wanted? Stay back. Take your benediction. I will go. Dhruv Maharaj was very nice. He continued to be a devotee. He went back to Godhead. Sometimes the problem with us is when we are given the sanction, when we are approved, we may not continue to have that same prayerful mode. अच्छा मिल गया तो अभी ठीक है. Next one कहाँ मिलना है देखते हैं. Then we go for the next one, right? So this reminds me. So Dhruv Maharaj came in the mode of passion. If you go to fourth canto, jumping from third, going on to the fourth canto beginning to end, right? So Prithu Maharaj story. That was the Bhagavatam class that was going on. Bhakti Vinod Prabhu told me, "Are you not giving Prithu Maharaj story?" Like, no, I was not told. So what did Prithu Maharaj do? He was doing those yagnas. All of us, I see many of Bhakti Vaibhav students sitting in the front, right? So he was doing this yagnas, and who came to stop? Indra came to stop. Why? His position was in problem. Demigods are not safe in their position. What will you ask from them? Will they give you a permanent position? First thing. Okay. This very nice piece. Braj Krishna Prabhu explains it very nicely. 99 greater than 100. If any of you want more details, go read about this. It's a nice topic. I don't want to get into that. But he was in the mode of goodness. He did not bother to complete his karma kanda activity. He said that no worries. Because Lord Brahma told me, you don't need all this. Continue with your service. Continue with being the king as a service to the Lord. You will continue. Right? So you will be delivered. Why worry about all these shortcut things? Right? So Srila Prabhupada says, in the matter of controlling mind and senses, come at least to the mode of goodness. In our practice of Krishna consciousness, we need to contemplate on how to come out of our lower modes. The process of Krishna consciousness provides for it. Right? So here we have the best or the biggest opportunity wherein we can come out of these lower cravings. Even as a devotee, we have cravings of power, prestige. I was talking to some devotees. We had a wonderful Kirtan Mela recently. They said, Prabhu, we didn't get a slot, Prabhu. We also are such nice singers. Why? When they say we, it is like, I didn't get, but I can't use my I can't tell. No, in Krishna consciousness, we are very careful. So I'll tell we. Our group did not get. Or we are 4 devotees. Can we get a slot? Things like that, right? So even here, we are also waiting for or hankering for one post, one position. Will I get that one extra respect? Please understand, the lower you go, the more humble you go, the safer you are. The safest position. Okay. Why am I saying this? As you go higher, grow up. Hemang Prabhu in my introduction said, I support in management activities. I don't do any management activities. I support sometimes. And there's a lot more headache that the management takes. And many a times, there is no right or wrong. Typically at office, as managers, many times we have an easy decision to make. This is right, this is wrong. Management has a problem that they have to make sure no one lives, right? So no one gets out of our Krishna conscious society, right? So for that they have to be very nice to all the devotees, and they are not humble. How can I be humble in my position? So all these things will come. The lower you go, still the safest position you are in. Does it mean that I don't need to go up? You need to go higher in terms of services that you take, not in terms of position that you get. Position will automatically come. Take your services and take them very nicely. Okay. Wrapping up this worship of demigods. Does everyone here know the story of Chandidas? Not many. Okay. Let's probably hear to this story. There was a very nice devotee of Chandi Devi, Kali Devi, Durga Devi, Chandi Devi. Okay, very nice devotee. And this person had a very beautiful garden where he had lot of flowers that he would offer to Chandi Devi every day. Okay. very nice, very dedicated devotee. He had a brother who actually worshipped Govind Dev deities, Lord Govinda deities. So one day he was going through this garden, but this devotee of Chandi Devi, his name is Chandidas, we'll keep it as Chandidas, he would not let anyone use his garden, use anything from the garden for any other purpose other than his purpose of worshipping Chandi Devi. Okay, so his brother was going there and he saw one beautiful flower and said that, wow, this is so nice. If I pluck it, my brother will score. But mentally, he offered the flower to Govind Dev deities. He went off. This person comes as usually, plucks all the very nice flowers, goes and offers to Chandi Devi, and Chandi Devi appears in front of him. Says, today I'm very happy with your puja, with your service that you have done today. He's very surprised. He's like, every day I've done this, today what special did I do? Chandi Devi says that, oh well, this one flower that you offered to me was offered to Govind Dev before it was offered to me, so I'm very pleased, very happy. This person is even more surprised. It was offered to Govind Dev and then I offered it to you. How come you're more happy? Does it mean that worshipping Govind Dev is better than worshipping you? Typically, what will the demigod answer? Yes. Yes, worshipping Lord Krishna is always better than worshipping me. Ask this question. That's where we don't ask. We go with our list. We don't ask what is it that they will give, or what is the best thing that they will give, right? So we saw that in Sanatana Goswami's story, right? Lord Shiva telling the Brahmana. So Chandi Devi says, yes, Govind Dev worship is the best. In fact, I'm so satisfied with all the effort that you have taken all these days, especially today, that I will grant you this benediction that you will be able to write the best of songs for Govind Dev. Okay, this story comes in Chaitanya Bhagavat. I do not have the references to the shlokas or the songs that are written by Chandidas. She told that you will be called Chandidas. You are the devotee of Govind Dev from now on. You can continue to worship Govind Dev deities that will give me more pleasure. Write about him. And it is mentioned, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu be very, very happy hearing to these songs of Chandidas. Okay, like this, demigod worship is not always bad, right? So again, going back to the same point that I started off saying, that be very respectful. Do not find faults with people who are going for demigod worship, because they have their position in the karma kanda situation. But please don't do it yourself. And whenever you're preaching, whenever you're given an opportunity, please tell them these things, saying that, hey, you know what? Why are you going and asking them for something which is material? Ask them for something that is the best. Or come to Lord Krishna, they will be more than satisfied. This is there in Bhagavad Gita. These are your references. This is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. These are your references. That is exactly what this shloka ends with, right? So, if you look at the purport of this last shloka, in conclusion, the conclusion is that one must minimize the desires of material enjoyment, and for this, one should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is described here as Param, or beyond anything material. Right? So go to that personality of Godhead, go to that Supreme Person who is going to fulfill everything, irrespective of it is material or non-material or spiritual, that you have, provided he feels that giving this to you is the best thing you will get. He'll give the entire world to Dhruv Maharaj. He will take away everything from us, depending on our situation, because that is the best thing. So have that full faith and serve the Lord very, very sincerely. Now what was it? So we had our shopping list, our menu. So continue to have your shopping list or your menu card filled with services. Understand what are the different services you can be part of it. Go madly hunting or shopping for these services. Do how much you can, or do whatever beyond your, whatever service you are doing, it should pinch. Are ye karunga to mere paas time nahi bachega for anything else. That should be your service attitude. Should not have time for anything else. In fact, in one of the classes, very early when I had joined, Sudhir Chaitanya Prabhu was giving a class, and he said, if you can go to bed that night and you can fall asleep in the next 5 minutes, your day was successful in Krishna consciousness. And this one I could not realize for the next 4 or 5 years till I actually went for a Govardhan Parikrama. I came back and said, now I sleep, I don't know what happened, but I felt I slept off. What material desires you will have after going for Govardhan Parikrama? You don't have time or energy to open your mobile and check for the latest cricket score or what is happening in the world of business or wherever you are interested in movies or whatever. Right? So there is no time, no energy for a devotee, and that is how we should fill our shopping cart with. It should be filled with services. If your cart is not filled, you are not doing enough, raise your hand, go talk to your senior Vaishnavas, go talk to whoever you can, saying that, Prabhu or Mataji, I don't have enough services that keeps me busy. And don't have excuses for not taking up services. When a service is given to you, don't ever have an excuse. Because we have seen every time we give an excuse, the Lord gets a little far from us. He said, "Theek hai, when you are free, you come to me." We should be so desperate that we want the Lord, but nothing else. Right? So that's what the Lord says. You want me, nothing else, then I'm fully available for you. Otherwise, you want 10%, you can give me 10%, I will reciprocate accordingly. Right? So this is what we should actually be doing. Invite the Lord in our hearts. Okay, He will remove all the contamination. What is the best way to remove our contamination? Chant very, very sincerely. Okay, I'll not go back to what Sundarsham Prabhu was telling the other day, but chant so nicely that your progressive steps are very, very nice. You can see the Nama, the Rupa, the Gunas and the Leelas of the Lord progressively. You don't force yourself into seeing this. Okay, when you do that, and whatever services you're doing, do it seriously and sincerely. Srila Prabhupada uses these two terms in many, many of his purports, saying that don't take it for granted. It's so easy, I just have to serve Prashadam. That's all, now I just have to clean. They told me I have to clean this place, clean the hall. I have to just arrange for a mic. Right? So no services, Vikar. You're sitting there in the altar and doing service. Prabhuji does such nice service of their lordships. The lordships are happy. If you're cleaning the temple hall, keeping it very nice, the lordships are equally happy. So no services, lesser or more. So desperately want for services. Okay. I will pause here. We are exactly at 9 o'clock or 9:01 as we finish. So any questions, any comments on whatever I've said or anything, Prabhuji, you want to add? Uh-huh.
Then the boy understood. Then he said, "Oh, Balaji is bigger than Balaji." So he said, "I'll ask for a job for 25,000." But he's focused on job only. But the second boy is trying to tell him, "You're going to Balaji. Why you don't ask for a job? You ask for service. Same thing. One is the job and one is service. You have to do the same thing. You don't do it for the service. People are saying, people are doing chocolate. So under that point is emphasized. People are saying, you're wasting your time. I hope you mentioned it. You're wasting your time with energy. Therefore, this is the real shortcut. Going to worship Krishna is the real shortcut. Otherwise, it's but we also have to keep our house in order. If you run this one properly, and people are nicely taken, because Krishna promises that you know what you have, and I'll bring what you have. That is another promise of Krishna. He said, you preserve what you have. So if you keep our house in a very good order, you don't have to convince them too much. They come, they draw it, they do it. So therefore, the one is for us also. Now therefore, Prabhupada actually said very basis. There should be prasadam available, first class prasadam available for 20 people every day, throughout the day. He said, anytime people come, you have to serve food, because Ramayan is in charge of the kitchen. Must be. And if it is not, if it is finished, you put again. If it is finished, you put again. If it is not finished, then you eat. Okay. But there must be prasadam for 20 people. Good prasadam, because Ramayan is in charge. Prabhupada said many things like that, to keep our house in order. But if you don't keep our house in order, we run after money, we run after position, then people will be frustrated because they experience the same thing. There's no change.
Yeah.
So if you all do that together, then maybe Prabhupada gives us this social society, that we follow and keep the society with that. So therefore we need their help. Come and join and improve the place. Then we can be Prabhupada wanted to change the whole world, but how to change? Say I am one Indian alone. All of you can come and help us all that we do. Then we can say and that's what they did in America. They did that. The love feast was very successful.
Yes.
They got people there, they preached to them, they got to them. Only from there it came in Bombay. The idea of Sunday feast first came in Bombay, but it came from the West. Love feast. Must have seen backward.
Yes. I've seen.
Oh boy. Sunday feast, so many. So it was very attractive. Our books, our pictures, our decorations, everything is very attractive. A little bit more improvement if people could improve. I hope I can answer.
Yes, Prabhu, very wonderful point. Just concluding on what Prabhuji is saying, right? So, Srila Prabhupada or the society has given us everything that is needed for us to actually be very, very successful in this process, right? So, the example of Balaji going there, don't have material desires. You are going to get the best, right? So, if all of us understand, we can all put in that sincere effort, and again. The opportunity is there with all of us. It's just that we have to, like Prabhuji said, clean up our house, clean up our own selves. I mean, our own contamination is the one that's contaminating the house. Otherwise, it's a very, very nice place that Srila Prabhupada has given. So clean it up wherever you find issues, put your effort to solve for it. Right. So thank you so much, Prabhu. That was a very nice point. Okay. Any other question, comments? Yes, Prabhu.
We also stay with the people who are also worshipping the demigods.
Mhm.
So now the practical issues come, what we deal with them. First, when we are staying at home, when devotees are staying at home, for sure nobody is directly worshipping Krishna, all the parampara things. So there are a lot of demigods being worshipped in the house. So how a devotee should maturely deal with the parents or relatives, different people who are worshipping the demigods, not being rude,
Yeah.
directly rude,
Get the point.
doing that, and going step by step. So how should that, and how do you also deal with that?
So I'll give you a two-set answer to this. Okay, the question I'm hoping everyone heard for devotees in the back. So Vijay Prabhu is asking that at home, not everyone is a worshipper of Jagannath. So many times we have demigod photos, or there is a puja room, the storeroom which is puja room also, converted every day morning. With 33 demigods, 33 crore demigods, and all those different people, all the Babajis and everyone. So this is typically what happens in my house as well. How do I deal with it so that my parents or my elders, my grandparents are not offended by what I do? They don't feel that this person is so rude. Kal ka bachcha aa gaya aur mujhe advice de raha hai. I think that's a very typical problem, Prabhu. So one thing, of course, is bring Jagannath to that place. Okay. Practical example, bring Jagannath home, he cleans up the whole thing. And it's worked in my house, so I can vouch for it. We still have a storeroom, puja room, but Jagannath is our main altar today. Right? So bring Jagannath, be sincere about it. Okay? Not again saying, none of the demigods, you're not insulting, you're not doing anything, but bring your Jagannath, because we have these family deities, family puja, all that happens. Sometimes we are fortunate that Balaji is a family deity. Many times we are not. South Indians typically have lot of other places. So bring Jagannath, rest of it he will take care. Okay, usually with the full parampara and all that altar photo, being a decent sized, nice one. Specifically, how we got it as a gift from some senior devotee who came and visited us home. Abhi to nice devotee, he's come home, he's given a gift. Parents will not say no. Bring them to the altar. Rest of it, Jagannath will clean up. No, progressively, what are the things that you can do, or what are the things that you should definitely try to take care? Typically, demigod worship happens 3, 4, 5 times a year. Okay, ghar pe. Right, there could be a Durga Puja, there is this Ganesha Puja, yearly, there is this Pongal or Shankranti, whatever festivals that you have, Yugadi. We are very clear. We cook, we offer to Jagannath, then it goes into the puja room for offering. First thing that you stop is even Ganesha, we used to bring that idol earlier. I can't call it TT, but whatever clay idol that we used to get it, and we would keep it in a different place. We would create a place. So whatever goes there, first goes to my Jagannath and then goes there. Well, that is my responsibility of my wife. Very nicely she used to do that. But my parents were okay, and today they know that is how it's going to happen. There's a plate that's for Jagannath, it's moved into a temporary plate for the demigods, it goes to that. Because that's how we learn it, right? So Jagannath Puri, Bimala Devi loves to accept what is offered to Jagannath. And we all get Mahaprasad because she was happy. Same concept, I give the same example to my parents. Whenever we go, we never tell them a no. Wherever they have to go to a demigod temple or whatever, you want me to drive you, I will drive you. But my attitude is I'll go there, I'll still have my clicker or my bag, bead bag, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, whatever is possible. Right? So demigods are also happy. They probably are more happy with me than with them because they are just going as a visitor. Right? So I'm probably chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, likingly or unlikingly. Right? So these are the few things that you can take care typically for people who are staying at home. Again, parents, grandparents, don't get offended. Bring them home. One of the things, again, that you can very nicely do is arrange for programs at home where you are not the speaker. Kal ka bachcha nahi bol raha hai. Take senior Vaishnavas, devotees, they come, they do a kirtan, they give a small, nice, very nice katha, typically during the Damodar month. Ideally works during the Damodar month, otherwise difficult to arrange. So very nice katha of the Lordship, and slowly coming to this point saying that, you know what, you do all these demigods, they will temporarily give you results, permanent result, come to Krishna, come to Jagannath. That's all you can do. And I'm hoping my parents will also come someday, full-fledged. Today, also they're one step here, one step there. They are happy, they're convinced that I'm here, but they are not fully here. So we all have these challenges. Sometimes the parents take up very, very nicely, very quickly. I always see Shailesh Prabhu's parents. They're so active, right? So they are so convinced, they are so happy. So it can happen. Some of our parents still have an issue. Grandparents, very nice. My grandmom is 98. She still reads a lot of novels, love stories in Tamil. I gave her a Ramayan when she was here. She said, Ramayan to na padichirka. I will read. Give me some more. She has some authors. She will read those things. I'm convinced. Give them prasad. What else will you do? I'm hoping that answers you. There's no formula that works. These are things that we have tried or we experimented or we have heard of.
Recently, when duty was asking, we had gone for a Devata worship, and there they were cutting goats and chickens in front of the Durga Devi. So he is in a dilemma where he is not able to stop it, and he has to be part of it. So, he was thinking, will I also have to incur for the activities so that I have participated in that? Or should I strongly tell, okay, we cannot do this, it's not going to please, it's not going to be accepted as a parents.
Yeah, sometimes you have to take a very strong step, right? So if there is a meat, or there's a offering of animals and so animal sacrifice and something like that that's happening, you can take a very strong step saying that, sorry, I cannot join this. This is what I've heard in the Shastras. You have to speak up. So sometimes you take a strong step. Right, so one of the things that we obviously will do is at some point in time take a strong step saying that, sorry, I cannot eat this food unless it's offered. Or someday when we stopped onion garlic, all of us would have gone through. Meat eating was not a problem with our family, right? So onion garlic was, there was one fine day that probably I said that I'm not eating onion garlic from today. It's a shocker, but give that shock. You can't always be very nice, diplomatic and say it will work. You have to give those strong messages where you have to take. Not hurting them. See, again, they have taken care of you for 20 plus years, so give them the due respect. But say that this is very, very useless, right? So it actually, the word that is used in the purport is, this is absolutely useless. Why do you want to get into something so useless? We can do this better. We do Vaishnav Bhojan. We'll feed 25 people. That is lot more beneficial than this. It takes a lot of effort, especially when you are trying to convince the elders at home. It usually works if someone senior, where they respect, that person comes and talks. And sometimes they hide. No. I still remember my wife used to hide in the old temple. She would hide wherever Kripamay Prabhu was there. She would go the other side. He just doesn't want to talk to this person who pulled away my husband into Krishna consciousness, right? So that is very much possible. That's why then he started coming home. That's how it works. So you invite. It will take some time, but it will work. Yes, Prabhu.
What were few things which you did so that they were more accepting that like giving a shop as of course there's not be some resistance, but how like what are those few things which you did so that they accepted?
The only two things my parents were very not happy about, or my mom, my father was always fine. My father was like, my son is probably more intelligent than me, let him do what he wants. Okay, he was probably careless, or he was thinking I'm intelligent, whatever. He told me I'm fine. So my mom was very, very worried because of only two things. One, obviously, onion garlic when we stopped. The second one, when I started following Ekadashi. She's like, what will happen to my son? That time I was thin. He's already thin. He will become even more thinner, right? So she was not very happy when I started these two things. Otherwise, only thing that worked was chanting, Prabhu. Chant in front of them. Don't hide your bead bag. Don't hide your Bhagavad Gita books. Don't try to do everything in secluded places. The Prabhupada Dhun would always play in our altar. So like Jagannath altar, we have a Jagannath altar, photos. We have Prabhupada Dhun playing 24/7. She does whatever she wants, but this will not stop. Classes I would hear. Devotees would come home, we would do kirtan. I mean, these are the practical things. There was nothing, nothing extraordinary. These three things you do, your KC will become successful. There's no formula. Okay? Depending on their acceptance level. The other fortunate thing, thanks to probably the management and Rakal Prabhu and everyone, we could get a house here. Because we got a house here, and thanks to COVID also, so we started staying here more or less. We didn't have to travel. Me, my wife, my son, everyone was working from home. My father had to go to office, but this is closer. We stayed here for, longer duration. So right from Mangalarti to Sayanarti, my parents would come and attend. That works. These are few things that works. Prashadam, strongest area which will work. Because preaching doesn't work. They are not very happy with you preaching to them. Prashadam is the strongest area. So, and you be clear, I will not compromise on a few things. Okay, even today sometimes my father loves cricket, and when he watches cricket, especially test matches and all that, and I used to be a big cricket fan, right? We used to watch together. Even today when there's some cricket going on, my room crosses through that whatever TV room, right? So I go there, my father calls me, hey, you know what, this person has hit this score, come sit with me. I spend some time with him. It's not for cricket, but give them time. Many times devotees, especially when we are very young, we feel that chalo yaar, mera to bhi ban gaya. I will not care for them. Be very, very clear that it's our responsibility also towards our parents. And they need your care, your time, your love and affection, not the salary slip that you can give them, not the things that you can buy for them. They're probably not even looking for it. Right? So again, many devotees here, I think some parents have come and spoken to us as well. Right? So give them that time. My son is running away from me, nahi hona chahiye, right? So at least 4 or 5 devotees here, I know their parents, so I can probably comment on it, right? So give them that time. Don't run away. It's not wrong to sit with them and watch cricket for 15 minutes, as long as your consciousness is clear. Then don't go back and Google ki kya hua, kisne chor mara. That's probably where we waste our time. You should understand where you're spending time. That's probably my tip. I don't have a magic formula that works. I probably not worked at all, so it's been 15 years, still struggling. Okay, anything else? Otherwise, we are definitely over time. We'll stop here. Okay. Granth Raj, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.